guys, this year I am doing Top 5 Wednesdays, which were created by Lainey at Ginger Reads Lainey, and I will link to her YouTube page and the Goodreads group down below. And this week's topic is our 5 favorite self-published books, and this was a really hard topic. I had to do a lot of research and digging to find 5 books that were self-published and I liked enough to kind of recommend to other people. And I wish I had found more because at number 5 I have 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James. This isn't a book I would necessarily recommend, but to get to 5, I had to include it. So this is an erotica book, and it's about Anastasia Steele, who is this college student, and she meets this billionaire Christian Grey, who is totally overbearing and controlling and not at all a good example of relationships. Offsides is very wound up right now. Sorry, guys. So Christian is not a great example of literary heroism or anything. You should not emulate Christian Grey. And Anastasia's very naive, and this whole plot structure, like the characters aren't great, but it is interesting. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It ended up getting 3 stars from me in the end. It surprised me. I'm not a fan of Anastasia Steele's inner goddess and that narration bit. I really could have done without that. But on the whole, like, the descriptions and stuff are interesting and totally compelled by what's going on in the story and feeling that, like, sexual pull of Christian. And no, I would not be in a relationship like that in real life, but to read it in a book and to have it not be something that, like, I'm actually going through, that is, like, the appropriate place for that kind of relationship is in a book, not in real life. So that is number 5. At number 4, I have The Corrupted Kingdom by Jessie Molina. This is a book that I got as an ARC last year, and I have already reviewed it, so I will put the link to that review down below. But this is a story, this is a fantasy story, and it's kind of like novella length, and it takes place in this corrupted kingdom, hence the title, where thoughts manifest themselves, particularly nightmares. So there are things that are like monsters that exist in this kingdom that came out of people's brains and like minds. It's a good story, it is well written, but I am not a fan of horror or like that really, really high fantasy, so I was not a huge fan of it, but I did give it 4 stars, so it was definitely a good read, and I would probably read it in the future. But not majorly in love with it like the next 3. So at number 3, I have The Tale of Peter Rabbit by Beatrix Potter. These are stories of a rabbit, Peter Rabbit, and his shenanigans, particularly in Mr. McGregor's garden. And I just love this book because really cute and adorable furry animals, and they came with illustrations, and also just the antics they get up into, and it was just so cute. I remember being totally obsessed with these books when I was in like elementary school. As an adult, I actually haven't read them since I was babysitting in high school, so but I have very fond memories of The Tale of Peter Rabbit, and maybe I should read them again, but that is my number 3. At number 2, I have Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. It's written by freaking Charles Dickens, so you know it's good. It's a Christmas Carol. It has been redone like a million times. It is like the classic Christmas story, and it's for a good reason. The story of Ebenezer Scrooge is both incredibly haunting but also inspiring, and it's just really beautifully written and well done and really vivid, and I love this story. I would not want to be Ebenezer Scrooge, but the way that the story is done is just fantastic and amazing. And at number 1, I have The Heartbreakers by Ali Novak. This may not be better literature than A Christmas Carol, but I totally fell in love with this book and am like, love all of it. It's the story of Stella, and she is part of a set of triplets. Her sister Kara is really sick and has cancer. Kara is like completely devastated and torn up because she cannot see her favorite band in concert, and her cancer is getting worse and it doesn't look like she'll ever be able to see them in concert. especially now that there are rumors that the band is going to break up. Stella and Drew suck it up and go to Chicago on this 2-day road trip to get stuff autographed for Kara for their birthday. And Stella completely hates the Heartbreakers, and when they're in Chicago, Stella runs into the main singer Oliver at a coffee shop, but she doesn't realize it's the guy from the band. And when she does meet them, and when she does stand in line to get their autographs, she realizes that, oh crap, that really cute guy I like is in this band that I hate, and I'm like sworn to hate. But they meet the band like outside of the publicness when their guard is down, and Stella becomes friends with the band. She gets to know Oliver better. They have this blossoming relationship, and it is totally cute and adorable, and I love it. The characters are kind of the key of this book. Like, the whole plot sounds crazy and far-fetched, and it is. But I really love Stella as a character. I love the way that everybody in this book seems very real, but also very likable. Like, I want to go hang out with this band. I would love that. I would love to hang out with her brother Drew, or get to hang out with Kara, or just anybody in this. This whole world is awesome, and I love the writing, and it is so, just pulls you in there. It's this mix of between like comedy, but also it deals with some really very serious things like Kara being sick. Love this book. I have also reviewed this one, so I'll put the link to that one down below. There are my top 5 self-published books, and let me know in the comments below, what are your favorites? Did I miss anything? And I know there are a lot that I haven't read. Like, guys, I have not read the Hunger Games yet. I know I need to do that, but I haven't. I also have not read the Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. Clearly another book that I should have read. But let me know what your favorites are, and if you've read any of these books, what you thought of them. So, peace out. I love you guys, and keep reading. Bye.